I don't really know why, but usually this is all underwater, about 10 foot deep. So I'm going to take this opportunity to walk this thing out and see where the deer cross. I can see north of here a bunch of willows and looks like high ground. I haven't walked up there, but I'm more interested in what's south of here. But you can see this is all bone dry. And them willows around the bank create perfect bed habitat up against this marsh. So we're gonna walk this thing out, see where that's some dry ground is when it is wet. I kind of like to know why it's dry, but it don't really matter. Take advantage of it while we can. This trail right here, I'm on the other side of the marsh and it's leading to that little high ground spot. All this is dry. This is normally full of water. I don't know where all the water went, but that whole bottom right there is normally full of water. We've got water running through it for sure. But I'm going to follow this trail out a little bit. I might have to just make a big loop, go back and get my stand later, but I got to see where this goes. Now this right here is more of what I'm looking for an Alabama rub. You know, he snapped that tree in half. So far it's the best rub and the freshest rub I found so far. Well, Alabama's fixing to get cranked up here. It's my first scrape. Looks like it's pretty fresh. Got some pretty fresh rubs. Got one rub there on that tree. Right here. A little bit better rub. Pretty fresh. And there's another rub. A little bit fresher than the one before. Pretty decent rub. That's the same rub. Oh, pretty decent rub right there. And right here, next to the rub, is fresh scrape. Licking branch looks to be about shoulder high. He's pretty much touched every tree in here. That one. That one. And even that one there. Looks like the rubs are going both directions on this trail. I gotta find me a really good pinch point where I can maybe try to kill this buck, because he's got the rubs scattered pretty much everywhere through here. I gotta find a more concentrated pinch point. Scouting this area out, I found all kinds of good buck sign. Scrapes, things starting to open up, look good. Went back, got my stand. Ended up setting in a little pinch point that I located, transition area from where all this rubbing activity is going on over to where I felt like more of the bedding would be. And this is what I come up with. Wasn't very long, got set up, and these group of does started filtering down through here to cross over from one side to the other. I didn't get it on video, but 3 does have already came through, and still trying to set up as they came through. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right here. I just let these does filter on down. I'm thinking, you know what, there's no better bait in the world than having some does around you in a pinch point. All I need now is for Big Boy to realize they're in here and come on over and investigate. Come on, Big Boy. I'm in a pine tree, so you can tell I'm up pretty high in this tree. Mainly I sat here to observe more than anything because I've pretty much stomped the ground everywhere in there, and I thought if I did manage to see the buck, maybe I could get a handle on which direction he was coming from, and I might possibly get busted by all the ground scent I left on, which these does are actually going to be smelling quite a bit of here, because I zigzagged all right in there where they're walking right now. I kind of expected the deer to come from the other side. One thing I did was I used Indian buck lure. I put one drop on the toe of my boot on each foot, and then I take my other foot and rub across the toe so that I get the lure on both the bottoms of my feet. And that's all the lure I use. One drop on each toe and then rub across the toe with my foot. And that's what these deer are smelling right here. It keeps them curious for a long time. Sometimes they'll just follow it straight to the base of your tree. So if you pay attention to these deer, she's smelling it all over. You know, she can't really detect which direction the scent's going. This older doe in front of me, she's smelling it going this way. I'm thinking, well, she may go to the base of my tree. But I've just zigzagged everywhere, which confuses the deer. So they don't really know which direction to scent check when you do that. So that's maybe a little tip you might be able to use down the road. It's nice seeing a doe with triplets. I was looking at these little fawns. They look like they're late droppers, but all three of them look pretty fat and healthy to me. So this might definitely be one of those does you want to leave in your area. I always get a kick out of watching these deer scent checking the ground, following this stuff. Curiosity just overwhelms them sometimes, and they'll stay there. I've had them stand in an area like this right here, zigzag back and forth for close to an hour. Sometimes it can get nerve-wracking having them that close to you for that long. They're eventually going to work their way over to that gap. Right here, I'm on one side of the gap. I'm not right in the gap. Sitting to this side gave me a much better view of the area, and I could be able to tell maybe the directions they were going to and coming from much better. But they all going right through that one little gap, which is awesome. I know you can't see him over there, but there's a giant buck right there working his way right at dark, and I can't get a shot on him. Just too much stuff between me and him, but I'm on him now. Dang it, he got by me. Doggone it. Well, better luck next time.